Nigerian Army operatives have shot dead a 48-year-old father of two, Ifeanyi Obi, who was attending a funeral in Owerri, Imo State. He was shot dead during a raid by the security operatives. Sahara reporters gathered that Obi, a shoe manufacturer based in Aba, Abia State, rather than being arrested and probably interrogated, he was shot dead at the scene by the security agencies. His attire was stripped of him, and he was paraded along others as an unknown gunman belonging to the Eastern Security Network (ESN). Sources and residents familiar with the incident told Sahara reporters that the victim hailed from Ūñknøwñ in Imo State, but he resided in Aba, Abia, and it was the funeral that brought him home. He had nothing to do with the crisis in Imo. He was shot dead while still in the attire he wore to the event. A top security source said the disease was a prospering shoe manufacturing at Pipeline Women's Shoe Market in Area Market, Aba. You can go and verify from his fellow traders. He was married with 2 kids. He had traveled to his hometown in Ūñknøwñ for a funeral alongside his in-law, who is married to his sister. That was on Friday, June 4th, and 2 days after, on Sunday, June 6th, they boarded the bus to Aba, and on getting to Avin Okoku College of Education area in Owerri, there was rains of gunshots. The driver hurriedly discharged all passengers and asked them to find their way to safety, and the passengers ran in different directions, including Ifeanyi and in-law, who ran in the separate directions. It was where Ifeanyi ran to and was taking refuge and dodging the flying bullets that soldiers stormed and shot him dead instantly. His corpse was packed up and the trousers he wore was removed. Sahara reporters learned that the army and the police took all the persons shot dead at the scene to the police command headquarters in Owerri. The next thing was that his corpse was paraded later by the security operatives with a gun placed on him as one of the 5 unknown gunmen or Eastern Security Network (ESN) or Indigenous People of Biafra (IPOB) members, killed during an exchange of gunfire. While attempting to attack the Imo State Police headquarters, we were so infuriated. How could the army and police do this? It is because the dead does not speak, another source queried. Sahara reporters had on Saturday also exposed how the police and the army, in carrying out mass raids and arrests of Southeast residents, shot dead some of the suspects allegedly labeled as gunmen terrorizing the region. Sahara reporters had obtained the photographs of 2 of the victims who were living in Umuahia, Abia State, who residents confirmed to be part of them and not unknown gunmen as they were labeled by the police and the army. The first victim had been identified as Obinna Ikoku, 30 years old, and Onyebuchi Amadi, 27 years old. Both men were killed by the security operatives on May 29th and thereafter labeled as ESN members. Rather than using intelligence-based crime detection and investigation to go after criminal elements, the Nigerian security force let loose on unarmed and defenseless Igbo citizens, hatefully targeting and killing them and labeling them as terrorists. The source who released the photograph to Sahara reporters had lamented. A civil society organization, the International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law, said it's called on the international community not to fold their hands aimed the silent massacre going on in the southeast region, but most prevail on the Nigerian government to respect the rule of law and sanity of life. A lot of Nigerians have reacted to this. Some said, may the God that says to him belonging judgment and retribution make their children orphans and their wives widows. Tomorrow, his relatives will come after the army and police. How do you expect those related to this very man will feel? That is just the problem. This is the reason why Southeasterners prefer unknown gunmen than those corporate terrorists in uniform, because they are more safer under unknown gunmen than army and police. They will soon understand that dots means end of sentence or anything at all, and dot land will bring an end to them all. So sad. The way the Nigerian security agencies carry out their work at times is so worrisome. What has happened to the intelligence and investigation? I said it before now that they will do the same thing that they did in Obiugbo, but I never knew they will do the worst. People cannot just continue dying like this. So everybody now in Southeast is now IPOB member, ESN, or unknown gunmen. So anything they just see with trouser now is unknown gunmen or ESN. This is really very, very bad. And if you are suspecting anything, why can't they investigate instead of killing innocent people? You will just gun down people without any reasonable whatever. This is really very bad. The way Nigerian army and police are killing people in southeastern part is bad. But funny enough, the Nigerian government don't want to see it that way because they see everybody there as unknown gunmen. For goodness sake, innocent souls are there. Are they going to tell us that every person now in that place is unknown gunmen? This have to stop. It's really very, very unfortunate that the leaders there, they kept quiet. All these things are happening under their watch. It's no problem. You know, if it happened to another person, it's like it's happened to a lot of people. But when it happens